G'day everybody, how you going today? It is so good to see you. Grab yourself a cup of tea. We're going to talk about a few lenses, audio equipment and lighting equipment. Just a few little bits and pieces. Things just keep coming through the door. All right, let's do it. Oh, that's good tea. It's called Melbourne tea and it's got a little bit of vanilla in it, I think. I really like it. Ah, very good. Now, today we're going to talk about a lens, a particularly wide angle lens that has a very special attribute. We're going to talk about a lavalier wireless microphone that also has a very special attribute, and we are going to talk about a piece of portable, highly portable lighting that has a couple of very special attributes. So let's dive into this very first one here. This is the Laowa 15mm 4.5 ultra wide angle manual, fully manual lens. But what's cool about it, well, is this right here. It is a shift lens, and shift lenses do this. They shift. That's pretty cool. So what is the point of a shift lens, might you ask, if you haven't heard of them before? There it is, and you can see it's got a little bit of a bulbous front on it there because it is so wide angle. Now, because it's made for lots of different mounts, it's been extended a little bit here to accommodate the short Z mount. So what is a shift lens? Well, a shift lens allows you to control perspective. So if we look up and buildings, we look up at buildings, they lean in. What these lenses allow you to do is to correct that, which is awesome. Now, they take a little bit of getting used to. I've had the Nikon F mount 24 and 85mm tilt shift lenses, gosh, probably for something like 12 years, somewhere in that vicinity, and I've really enjoyed using them for, not only can you use them for architectural, but you can use them to have a little bit of fun too by playing with what areas, and that's with the tilt, are in focus. This is just a shift lens. Haven't played with it yet, so we'll have some videos coming up soon. What else can I tell you about it? Well, it is I believe, the widest shift lens on the market at 15mm. That is very wide, and that'd be super good for architectural interiors as well as exteriors, to be honest. And well, any place that you don't want this to happen and you don't want to correct it, you want to keep all of the image area. Because when you do this in post, the software actually has to throw away that information in order to keep a rectangle. Probably better for me to show you that on screen, but if you can do it in camera, I think it's always better. Sometimes you haven't brought your tilt shift or your shift lens with you. Now, this lens is currently on B&H for $1,199, and it is a new lens. I believe it hasn't been out that long, especially the Z mount version. I will do a full review of it in the coming weeks. I've been talking about doing a tilt shift review forever, but now I've got something else to compare my 24mm with, I suppose. Next, we're going to talk about this little cute guy here, made up of 3 parts, and it's a 3-part story. There it is there. What are these things? Well, they are wireless microphones. And these wireless microphones very much are fitting in the space of what Rode has done here. This is Rode's wireless microphone kit. You've got here the receiver and the transmitter, and this one has a screen and this one doesn't. So this is what I've been using for, I've lost track of time with COVID. It's either 2 years or 1 year, but I have a feeling it's 2 years. Yes, no, 2 years, because I remember using it at focus group. So these have been going strong for me for 2 years, although I've just had a warranty claim on one of them. I still haven't managed to get around to sending it yet, just because I've been so busy doing other things. But this one's going strong. The warranty claim might be partially my fault. I'm not sure. Anyway, here it is. That's the Rode. And then this brand here, which rims, 7 rims, maybe. Anyway, as you can see, these things are similar size, Both the receivers have a screen. What I like about the Irwin UW10 is the fact that the transmitter has a screen as well. So this has a screen, whereas the Rode does not. And there is all the information that you need. We have volume control, so you can control the output, the channel that you're on, the actual meter level. Let me turn up the input. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Anyway, I'm a bit far away, but I love, look, one of my biggest frustrations with the Rode is you don't know how much battery life is, and you don't know what your levels are. You have to go back to the receiver, which when you're a one-man show like I am a lot of the time, that little screen there is quite helpful. So size-wise, pretty similar. They both have clips on the back, which is cool. Receivers have the capacity for the clip to go into a hot shoe, so that sits nicely. But the single most exciting thing about the Irwin UW10 is the fact that we have 2 transmitters and 1 receiver, so you can have an interview, you and somebody else. At this stage, Rode does not make that sort of option. What I've had to do in the past to do the same thing, because I have bought these things in the past, I think I bought these about 4 or 5 years ago, but they're very heavy. They're well made, completely metal body, but they're very heavy. This is the same thing. This is 2 transmitters and 1 receiver, allowing you to have an interview. Now, this is all fair and well, this thing, but it stopped working, and it stopped working probably after about 2 years. I think that's a little bit quick for something that's this expensive. And the other thing I don't like about it is that it takes good old-fashioned AA batteries. So what I love about the Rode and now the Irwin is that it's just a USB-C port on the bottom, and you can just charge it, and you don't have to worry about batteries as long as you've always got a cable and a battery. I pretty much carry a cable and a battery all the time. You're always in business, you can always solve problems. So this makes these more helpful. So I love the size, I love the weight. They come in black as well. I chose white just for something different. And I don't know the pricing on these yet. Irwin sent them to me, said have a play, make a review, say what you think. No money's changed hands, etc., etc. These are very, very new. I jumped online and I cannot find pricing for them. So hopefully by the time this video goes live, I will have some pricing. I will put it in the comments below. I have used these and they sound pretty much the same as the Rodes. I am not an audio expert, so perhaps someone who is more attuned to these things might know and understand the difference. But so far so good. This is a good product. I think it looks good. And the only thing really left to test, because what it does is pretty simple. It just transmits sound from here to there and then into your camera, and you can plug a microphone into it, or you can use the microphone here. Although I have to say, I have tested the microphone here and it's not as good as when you use the official microphone. Here's the official microphone, in it goes. It does seem to sound better. Nice big strong cable. And nice big wind dead cat, not really a dead cat, but anyway, a wind sock thingamajig. The special feature, I talked about special feature, is the fact that there's 2. I think it's great to have 2 and they're so tiny. The best thing I can do is test this. I do have an interview lined up with a marketing guru, and if that goes ahead, we will be using this. I'm very excited about it. So that is the Irwin. Full review coming soon. And lastly, I want to talk about this thing here. Yes, a new light. But this light is not just any light. The special feature of this light is that it can change colors. It can go through the whole spectrum, and you can literally just dial up the color you want. It's also got some funky modes, like this one, where it's looking like a police car. So what is this? Well, it is the lumecube Panel Pro. The 2 things that I like about this light the most are the fact that you can change it to pretty much any RGB color, and the fact that it's significantly brighter than the previous model. We've gone from 1000 lumens to 1500 lumens, and that's a big jump. That other one I found, there were some situations, the previous one, where it wasn't bright enough. Hopefully half a stop more makes the difference. Obviously this company will keep releasing the Extra Pro, Extra Plus Plus Pro, and they will just keep giving us, just doling out a little bit extra as the years go by. Look, these lights are not the cheapest in the world, but I like the build quality. I like the features and the fact that you can Bluetooth connect it to your phone. It's useful. Now, this is not for everybody, but it can be used for photographic stills, of course, when you need a little bit of extra punch or you need to do some light painting, perhaps if you're doing some night long exposure photography. And it works well for video as well. You can just sit it on top of the camera. I purchased this light as part of Lumecube's latest sale, and it was something like $200 US that I was able to secure it for. So I think it's a great light. I've got a shoot coming up soon where someone said, I want to shoot out on the street, but I want to use our logo color as one of the lights that we put onto the portrait subject. And their logo is cyan, and I'd seen this light advertised and I thought, that's going to be great. It's portable, it's powerful, we're going to shoot at twilight and I can dial up any color. I don't need to bring gels, and that's actually a super useful thing. Obviously it's not as bright as strobes, so you've just got to work out how to balance your light and work with the gear that you have. I also just wanted to show you the cool color screen on the back that comes with this device that just looks great and is larger than all the previous other screens. That is the Lumecube Pro. Get yourself one of those if you want a very kind of useful, all-rounder, very handy, very small, compact, rechargeable, battery-operated light that just not only does it give you various different color temperatures, as in kelvins through to kelvins, but it also gives you the RGB spectrum, which is fantastic and quite bright. I will do a review about that one as well. All right, just a little catch up there on bits and pieces. So good to see you. If this is your first time here, I'd love to see you again, so please subscribe. Please click on the bell, because that makes sure that you are made aware of every video that comes out, not just the ones that YouTube think you will be interested in. Please share, please like, because it really helps me and the video. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.